The Wuthering Waves meta is about to be turned upside down, and the reason is one name, Denia. We have spent months looking for that perfect piece to complete our high-end team compositions, and based on the latest leaked data, she isn't just a character. She is an entire engine. Today, we are stripping away the mystery and performing a complete technical autopsy on Denia's kit to see exactly why she is being labeled the ultimate fusion burst support. If you have been sitting on your Astrites wondering if the anniversary banners are worth the hype, pay close attention, because this breakdown changes everything. Let's get straight into the mechanical heart of her combat. Denia's entire gameplay loop revolves around two distinct stances that dictate her every move: the set form and the dissolution form. While she is in her starting set form, her normal attacks perform a sequence of up to 4 consecutive strikes, dealing consistent fusion damage to any enemy unfortunate enough to be in her path. However, the real complexity begins when she transitions into her secondary dissolution form. In this alternate state, her animations and damage properties are completely overhauled. Her strikes become significantly more aggressive, gaining entirely new modifiers and visual effects that feel much more weighted. This logic carries over to her heavy attacks as well. In the base set form, her heavy attack is a standard stamina-consuming burst of fusion energy. But once you enter dissolution form, those heavy attacks begin to interact directly with her unique resource meters, transforming her from a simple attacker into a tactical powerhouse. That brings us to the Forte circuit, which is undoubtedly the most intricate and rewarding part of her design. Denia manages a triad of unique resources: dark cores, which cap at 5, void particles, which cap at 100, and cinders, which also cap at 100. When Denia is in her set form, your normal attacks and specific skills generate void particles, but once you shift into dissolution form, your offensive pressure generates cinders instead. But the rabbit hole goes even deeper. Her kit features 2 distinct combat states called Implosion mode and Harmony mode. In Implosion mode, her abilities apply a stacking effect to the target that eventually detonates, granting Denia a simple void buff that can stack up to 5 times. When she triggers her signature coordinated attack, known as the Eclipse Valve, she consumes a stack of simple void to increase the damage multiplier for that specific hit by a staggering 100%. On the flip side, Harmony mode focuses on applying a harmony shift effect to enemies, trading that explosive burst for incredible shield-breaking utility. It is a brilliant duality that lets you pivot between being a pure damage dealer or a tactical breaker depending on the boss you are facing. The complexity continues when we look at her resonance skill. While in her standard set form, her skill is called Mock Bubble, which functions as a crowd control tool that pulls nearby enemies toward a central point while dealing fusion damage. However, if you have at least 1 dark core and your void particles are not full, this skill upgrades into Dream Lure, consuming that core to deal a significantly larger instance of damage. Once Denia switches to her dissolution form, the skill changes to Light Call, which maintains the grouping utility. But if you are holding a dark core in this form, the skill transforms into Banishment. This is a massive 2-stage attack that acts as her primary nuke. The second stage of Banishment will consume every single one of your current dark cores, and the payoff is legendary. Depending on whether you dump 1, 2, or all 5 cores, the damage multiplier increases exponentially, reaching a ridiculous 650% damage boost at maximum investment. This turns resource management into a high-stakes game where the rewards are absolutely massive. Her Resonance Liberation, beautifully titled Final Curtain Call, is the glue that binds her rotations together. When you activate her ultimate in the base set form, she unleashes a massive wave of fusion damage, summons the Eclipse Valve coordinated attacks for 30 seconds, and grants herself the Molten buff for 8 seconds. Immediately after casting, she automatically switches into her dissolution form to maintain the pressure. Now, if your cinder gauge is completely full at 100 points, you can consume all of your cinders and void particles to cast the dissolution version of her ultimate. This deals multiple instances of heavy fusion damage and grants her the thirsty buff for 30 seconds, which allows her to passively regenerate void particles every second before switching her back to set form. This creates an incredibly satisfying infinite loop, where you are constantly building resources, switching forms, dropping ultimates, and pivoting back to your starting position without losing momentum. Beyond her personal damage, Denia's intro and outro skills cement her status as a top-tier enabler. Her intro skill, Belated Greeting, changes based on her current form, granting her the Molten buff for 8 seconds if she enters in Dissolution form. Her outro skill, Unfinished Lies, is where team building gets truly exciting. If Denia leaves the field in Implosion mode, she causes enemies to take 40% more implosion damage for 30 seconds. If she leaves in Harmony mode, the incoming character gains a 15% all damage deepen effect for 16 seconds. But wait, if that incoming character attacks an enemy already afflicted with her Harmony Shift status, that damage deepen effect is aggressively boosted to 40%. This makes it crystal clear that Denia is a phenomenal fusion burst support and an essential piece for any high-level quick-swap team composition. To round things out, her passives and resonance chains push her already stacked kit into the stratosphere. Her inherent skills provide crucial quality-of-life updates, such as automatically restoring dark cores and void particles when entering combat, so you never start a fight empty-handed. Her resonance chains take this further. Chain 1 provides interruption immunity and critical damage, while Chain 2 gives the active character a 50% fusion damage bonus. Chain 3 massively accelerates her core acquisition and ultimate damage, while Chain 6 turns her coordinated attacks into implosion damage, meaning critically hit targets take 40% more damage. In short, Denia is shaping up to be one of the most mechanically deep and visually stunning characters we have ever seen. She demands a high level of mastery, but if you can manage her cores and cinders, she will reward you with a level of support and damage that is currently unmatched in the fusion element. So let me know in the comments, is Denia the missing piece your team needs, or are your Astrites safe for now? If this breakdown helped you plan your pools, drop a like and subscribe for more meta-analysis. I'll see you in the next one.